Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Life, episode 330, Going Independent. I am Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me is Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob, also known as Prestar on Xbox Live. Hello, hello, hello.
And also Brun.
And BJ Swick 33. So can you hear us this time?
That was weird. I don't understand how Rob could hear you and him and not me, and you and I couldn't hear anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still hearing nothing.
What is going on?
So,
This doesn't make any sense.
So I hear
uh,
I hear everybody again.
You even hear me?
Yeah.
What is
uh,
going on?
hold
That's
on, let me make
freaky
sure.
deaky.
Maybe I'm pretty sure nothing's like hijacked my
But I didn't
audio
hear
or
it
anything.
either when I was playing it back.
I
It
don't know. It's weird.
it's a bit strange.
I didn't even like. I can hear myself talking right now through somebody's speakers somewhere. But you know what? I closed. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I
Oh,
closed. I closed my browser down and everything
well, that's weird.
should be working.
All right. Well, I guess
Yep,
that's
I
good news.
I hear it now. So that is really weird. I'm not sure. So maybe it was the browser. If you close down your browser wing, you might be able to get it back. But as long as we can hear it now, so
I'm not
It's
touching
fine.
nothing. So be sure to visit our website, thisxboxlife.com, to find out all the latest on what we're talking about in each and every episode. Also, you can support the show by doing all your shopping at Amazon.com and using our affiliate link. You can use that link by going to our website and clicking the Amazon box on the right hand side, or by going to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. Either way will work. Um, and we really appreciate you guys doing that for us. So, Rob, what did you play this week?
Eh, I can't really say I played really anything. I did a short little test of iDarb just to see what it was all about. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what it's all about. Hit the Xbox button, got out of it. And the big thing for me though this week was I just went nutty with hard drive space. I was at 99.6%. So I bit the bullet and I got a 4 terabyte drive that I ordered. And then I got that all plugged in. I think it was yesterday. And it was nice to be able to re-download everything that I had deleted off the system to make room for things. So that stuff was pretty much downloading for probably all day yesterday because I think we mentioned this before. It seems to take forever to download for some reason, which is fine, I guess, because it doesn't, just annihilate your connection for hours or whatever it is that it takes to download 10, 20, 30, 40 meg or gig rather of space. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finally getting back and getting those games tested that I couldn't fit on my system prior. So yeah, that's about it. How about you, Brun?
all right. Well, I played Destiny. Um, Actually, today was really cool. I got in with a group of people and we beat the Crota raid, and the guy that was a sword bearer did it in like 5 minutes. We were done in 5 minutes. As far as defeating Crota, which was really cool. Um, I've played. I got through year 2 of Grim Fandango. I'm in year 3. Played some Titanfall, and so did I play Titanfall last time, or is this my first week playing Titanfall? I can't remember, but
I think you just bought it as part of that sale for
yeah,
12.50.
Oh
yeah.
man.
So I actually sat down and played it, and I really like it. It's really fun. So I think I did say that I was playing the mode that Mark recommended that I play first, um, where it's like just like their horde mode. Mark, what is that? I can't remember what the
Frontier Defense.
yes, Frontier Defense, and I really like that. It's really fun. So, um, and then actually today I played some Attrition. I think is the name of it, and that was fun as well. So I guess it's more PvP, but did just fine there. Um, so played it, having a good time. But a majority of the week I spent playing Hardline Beta. Um, I actually put a post, constructive feedback. I'll say constructive feedback to those guys on their site because I wanted to report the things that I saw and the things that maybe other people saw as well. The game's fun. Yeah, I really like the heist. It's fun. Um, but there are some of those quirky Battlefield things like there's a vault. Okay, so you run up to the vault. There's a big vault door, and I hid in the corner as the vault door was opening. So what was happening was I was behind the door, and somebody threw a grenade, and it was on the other side of the wall behind me. So it's like inside the vault, and it killed me through the wall. So I'm just like, that probably shouldn't happen, seeing that it's inside a vault. No wall killing should ever happen at that point. There's things like that. There's things like some of the weapons really need some balancing. Definitely the starting weapon for the assault class. A buddy of mine said it right when he said it has a recoil of a cannon, because you're shooting, and as you're shooting, I mean, it's bouncing all over the place. And as soon as you try to autocorrect, or correct the bouncing, you're like aiming up at the ceiling by the time you're done with it. So it's like that weapon just really wasn't usable, and the assault class is my favorite class. So I actually switched to mechanic, where it's like a smaller gun. It was silenced, and I just started doing a lot better that way. Shotguns are never my favorite in any PvP. But there was a guy who was inside the vault. He shot through the vault door, which has like a gate in front of it on his part. So basically, he shot through that gate, halfway through the wall, across the hallway, through another wall, and killed me in one shot. And it was a body shot. I have no idea how it happened, but supposedly that shotgun was just the magic shotgun of all time. I think they should remove shotguns completely. So, but just normal things like that. There's some disconnection issues on day one, but I'll tack most of those up to, besides the connection issues, to the beta. The connection issues were EA, because I think Titanfall actually had issues about the same time that everybody was trying to download Hardline. So, but still not getting it day one. I will own it. It won't be day one because I refuse to buy Battlefield on day one. So, but that's where I spent a majority of my week, and I was cursing up and down on it in my head, but trying to remember that a lot of the things that I was mad about can be tweaked. So we'll just see what they do. But that's it. Wing, what do you got?
Before I go into it, I gotta tell you, I just sat and watched about a 2.5 minute ad as I was switching accounts, so I could log in as the admin account here into Twitch, and I can't even believe this is a real product, and I have to tell you guys because I was trying not to laugh. I put a link to it in the chat. It's called Poo Pourri. It's a spray you use in the bathroom before you go, and it was a 2.5 minute commercial, and with animations and everything, and this lady sitting on the toilet the entire time that she's talking. I was just like, what in the world is this? And Hawk is telling us it is real and it works. So thank you, Hawk, for that public service announcement.
To Be Gone or something like that. Like what Jack Black invented in that one movie.
Well, you can get a free copy, or a free trial of the product if you want. I put the link in there. I was just stunned when I saw this. I was like, what? So anyways, off of the poo-poo stuff, I played... Okay, hold on. I did play... I tried to play Halo today with Vengeful Loki. Just trying to do co-op campaign on Halo 2. This game just does not like us. We couldn't play it today. It was just... You'd take a couple steps and it would freeze. I could like spin in a circle, but I couldn't move forward or backwards. It was just so buggy and laggy and horrible today, we couldn't even play it. Him and I also tried playing Dying Light this week. Just him and I in a co-op still neither one of us like it, and I cannot figure out why I don't like it, because for all intents and purposes, it is the other two games that, like I've said before, it's Dead Island. It is. I loved Dead Island. I do not like Dying Light. I can't figure out why. So I think this week I might just try to play it on my own and see if I can figure out what I'm supposed to do and see if I can just. It's like I want to like this game. I was so excited for it, and I don't know. I'm really bummed that I don't like it, and I can't figure out why I don't like it. So I'm gonna try it again this week, I think. But it's been tough because all I've really wanted to play and what I played most of the week was Titanfall. I am now a Gen 9, so I gotta grind through all the challenges to get to Gen 10, which I will do. It will happen. I'm hoping by next week that I will be a Gen 10, but we'll see what happens. So, but that's what I played this week. And that's it.
Real quick, Corey. I'm not good with real names versus gamer tags. Trying to figure out which one Corey is and which one.
Which
Jeff is Check84. Corey is. I don't see him in our database.
What are you
Well,
talking about?
Well, Gunny Chief said a fight is currently in progress on the Facebook page. Darn kids. So I went in and looked, and what it is, it's Corey was talking about his experience with Dying Light, game you're just speaking about. He said that he just finished it, and he said he was disappointed with the ending. And he said, I'm not going to say anything because I don't see this as a spoiler, but I guess somebody saw it as a spoiler, and then they're going on and on about it. So I don't know if we just want to can that post now or what. So I'll let you decide on that. Because they're kind of.
Well, I'm looking at this, and
Let's handle it after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
keep going.
Yeah, I was just saying it's currently it's 12 minutes.
I don't think that he did post any spoilers. All he said was, yeah, there's nothing there stating anything. So.
Okay.
But anyways.
Okay. Sorry.
Podcast on.
I know. Just make sure people aren't throwing out horrible things on our group. Keep it civilized.
Yes, keep it nice, people. Keep it nice.
Before we start news, though, Rob, I'm sorry because if people remember, Mark wasn't going to be on the show, and I was going to be hosting it, so I kind of made you have the news for the second time, so I could do the shifting and stuff.
This is like the fourth week in a row.
I know, and then he came on, and then I didn't change it, so I apologize. And you're going to have to do it next week because
I'll do it. Here,
No, I'm already.
I never get to do the news.
We'll do them next time, then.
No. Okay,
Hey,
fine.
If I prepared for it, I'm doing it.
You're
That's
not
how it goes.
prepared. What'd you
Well,
do? You
I'm gonna
clicked on
watch
the first link there and put the story up just about 30 seconds ago. Now you're prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. We ready for the news then?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay. So first up for this week is there is a little price droppy on the Xbox One. Xbox One with Kinect is going to be $449 through February 21st. That price started, I believe, today, February 8th. And it's for another, I think it's so make another 2 weeks. And then similarly, the Kinect Less Xbox One is $50 off as well, and it is $349.99. Then for the Xbox One gamers out there, the February update has probably already downloaded to your Xbox One. If not, you can definitely trigger it yourself. So it downloads. This time around, there's a whole bunch of improvements that they've done to the system. This is the first update, I believe, that we've had since November. Does that sound about right? Because I know they skipped December, and there was nothing in January. January was when the preview folks got this February update. So yeah,
Right.
so it's been a while since we had something. So first off, some of the updates that we've had is controller improvements. There's a new firmware that you should have downloaded to your controller. Again, if you forgot how to do that, you have to connect a micro USB cable to your controller. If you have your little headset adapter, plug that in any headset, always plug it in there. And it'll update both the controller and the headset adapter, the headphone adapter. And I can confirm that the firmware changed on both of those on my system. Main thing that they're touting for this firmware update for the controller is there's going to be a speed improvement on the connection to the Xbox One and some stability improvements and such. And I can tell you, like right now, it almost syncs up instantly. I mean, it's noticeably speedier than before. So,
yeah, I noticed this. I noticed the same thing. Went from like 3 to
Yeah.
5 seconds down to like almost instant. It's really nice.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I've always had issues with my controllers where I would have like the console would go to sleep and then I can't get the controller to work again until I unplug the Xbox. So I hope that this addresses that as well. Although I haven't had that problem in a while now, but maybe it's done with as it is. Next up is Game Hubs. These are little go-to centers for the different games. Basically, you select a game on the screen, and what was it? I think you hit the I forgot what it's called. That button on the right of the Xbox button. You guys remember what
Oh,
that's called?
That was
Menu, the
called
back,
start button.
start button,
Start,
back
yeah.
button,
That was called start.
Start and back,
start and back. I still call them that.
or
Yep.
or is it the hamburger button? It's got the 3 lines.
I don't
Anyway.
know
Yeah.
what they call them now.
Yeah. So it's the one to the right. You basically choose those, and then you have the option to go to the Game Hub. It's got interesting content, tips, tricks for titles. You can see who's playing the game with you, which your friends are playing the game, leaderboards, clips, broadcasts, and you can also follow the top broadcasters and clip creators. Yeah, there we go. What is that hamburger? Is that the hamburger or the double square?
The hamburger's on the
hamburger.
right. The hamburger's like the start button.
Okay.
What used to be called the
Then-
start button.
Then there's party chat updates. They've made a bunch of changes to party chat, including chat connection status, improved connectivity between multiple participants with strict or moderate nats, game and party invitations, and a number of other performance improvements. Then there's custom backgrounds with tile transparency. This I definitely did notice also. That's some of those tiles that you have up in the front with a solid background. Now they're transparent, so you can see the cool backgrounds that you have, at least that you hopefully have on the background of your dashboard there.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, the official directly from Microsoft's page, the what used to called the back button, which would be the one to the left of the
Right.
Xbox button, that is now called the view button. It
View.
has the 2 little boxes. That's the view button. The one on the right, which used to be called the start button, looks like your hamburger. It's like what 3 or 4 lines on top of each other. It's called the
Lines,
menu
yeah.
button.
Okay.
So the menu and the view.
Gotcha. Okay, and then lastly, there's some TV updates. There's been a number of updates to the Xbox Live TV experience, and new features have been added to, I guess, additional countries. We don't get that here in the United States, unfortunately, with the TV tuner, but maybe we will one day. Then, so that's it for the update, February update. Next up is Halo 5 multiplayer beta. It looks like they've been collecting a bunch of information from the beta, as you would expect them to. And they've got some interesting statistics as to, so during the length of the beta there's been 20 million matches played. That just that just seems like an incredible number. But yeah, 20 million different matches were played. Almost 290 years of gameplay have been logged, and more than 181 million kills have been confirmed. So that's pretty impressive for this thing. How long did that beta run? Do you guys Remember off the top of your heads?
I not. It wasn't very long. Was it 1 or 2 weeks?
I want to say it was at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So just to log 290 years of gameplay across 2 weeks, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
That's just amazing to me. Let's see what else they have. There were almost 6.5 billion shots fired. Wow. Then let's see what else is interesting here. The most popular weapon scored 6.6 million kills. I don't see the name of the weapon. On Twitch, 44.5 million hours of beta content were watched.
Yeah. 1 kilo cop.
What's that?
Oh my gosh, what is that metal?
Kill
Killpocalypse.
A cop.
Killpocalypse.
Killtrocity, right? Wasn't it Killtrocity?
No, this one's even
Or
more
kill-
than that.
Killpocalypse.
Killpocalypse?
1. There was only 1 earned. That's
Killpocalypse.
2, 4, 6, 8. Looks like 9 or 10 kills.
Double kill.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And
Killtrocity.
Yeah.
yeah, just
It's-
some of these numbers are just crazy.
So what's a
It's gonna be a popular
Killpocalypse
game.
then?
Looks like 9, 2, 4, 6. I'll have to look it up.
9 stars. Anyway, so they've collected a whole bunch of information and they're actually using it to make the game better, which is pretty cool. Instead of just testing and the server load and such, they're actually taking input from people and they're going to make the game better instead of just releasing the same thing. So that is very cool. And we'll probably see more of that in the future. Okay, next up, Risk is now available for the Xbox One.
It's been available. I've been playing this game for over a month
Yeah.
On the Xbox One? Or
Yes.
The Xbox?
on the Xbox One, but it just showed up back as like a new release. I downloaded and been playing this thing for over a month.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I don't understand I don't understand that one. So
Yes. Then Game of Thrones episode 2 is out now. It's called Lost Lords. So if you have the season pass, make sure to grab that. And they make mention, if you've got the season pass, do not buy it again, or do not buy it. Download it through the menu in the game. Then Phil Spencer kind of leaked some images of one of the most requested features for the Xbox One, and that's screenshots. So he posted a picture, I believe, out on Twitter, and he kind of just explained it a little bit. It's up and running right now on his dev Xbox, and we'll probably be getting it sometime soon. Basically, he wrote, that's basically about it for that. Next up is spam. This is something that Mark is very familiar with on his Xbox.
spam,
Isn't that
spam,
right, Mark?
spam, 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 spam,
Yes,
spam.
and we're not talking about the potted meat product.
Fried up, covered in cheese, baby. Woo! Love
You
it.
like that stuff?
Oh, I do. My wife
Oh,
hates it.
fantastic.
I love it.
I got to try it. I haven't had it in probably over 20 years.
You slice it up, put it in a fry pan,
Yeah.
brown it on each side, put a little bit of slice of cheese on the top of it, let it melt. Oh,
Then how do you eat it? Just
you just eat it with a fork.
like a
I just
sandwich?
Yeah.
some people do. I just put it on a plate and eat it just like that.
Yep.
But I might have to go make some now after we're done recording.
You slide it off the plate, like into your mouth, and you eat it like an oyster? Or just-
Oh, you probably
Turn upside-
could.
It's like watching cat food, dog food come out of its can.
yeah,
It's truly delectable.
yeah. But yeah, I heard once that I think the biggest consumers of spam are in Hawaii. Of all places, who knows why? Just a little trivia there for you.
Because it doesn't need refrigerated or anything.
Who
It'll
knows?
survive a nuclear blast. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But
so back
anyway,
to spam. I mean, are these the
Yeah.
messages we've been getting? Like, oh, you guys are not going to believe this. I tried it and it actually worked. Type of spam messages that everybody's getting.
what have you been getting, Mark?
Oh, stuff that wants you to go to a website and
Yeah.
you know you get the free, you can get a free PlayStation, or you can, you know, people are complaining about. I guess a lot of people are getting stuff regarding the FIFA that I haven't got any of those yet, but most of mine's been like, go to this website and you won't believe the deals you get, and
Yeah.
you know,
it works.
it's
It really works.
yeah.
Same ones I've gotten.
Oh, and it's so Microsoft is aware of it. I actually posted in their forums about it, like, you know, just saying, hey, you know, I'm getting a bunch of these. I'm just wondering if there's anything we can do outside of blocking and reporting. You know, if there's anything else we can do, or you know, is Microsoft aware of this, and are they doing anything? And of course, you know, one of the wonderful ambassadors promptly said, all you can do is report and block, and then lock to the thread. It's like you're not allowed to say anything. That's what irritates me about these companies, is if it anything that makes them look bad, you are not allowed to talk about it in a public forum at
I
all.
was about to say, like, your previous history with that stuff is, don't your posts get deleted?
Yeah. I
Wasn't
mean,
there
and
a
it's like,
time that they would
and
just
I'm not
block
even
your-
being, you know, I'm not one of these, oh, you guys suck, man. I want my stuff free. You guys blow. I should buy a PlayStation. It's all like intelligent, like, hey, I don't know if you're aware of this. You know, here's what I'm witnessing. Here's what I'm experiencing. Here's where it came from. Is there anything else I can do to help make it better? Or, you know, and everything just gets shut down, you know, and it's just like, what the heck, man? You know? It's
I
just,
mean, I finally had to. I finally had to message them because I was just, you know, I'm kind of getting to this point. I'm like, listen, for 10 years, you guys have had like the service. It was reliable. It was, you know, 99%, you know, it was up all the time. You know, there was like that one instance during Christmas or something like that. I was just like, you know, we had the issues with the party system, like with people going up and in and out all the time, but then that got fixed. It's like you guys are super reliable service. And over the last month, I'm questioning them. I'm like, what have you done? What is the problem? Because it's been, you can't go to their support page now without there being something down. Like something is always down. And there was issues earlier in the week, and it's just like it's like I don't know what you guys have done, but you've had the most reliable service for so many years, and now it's struggling. What are you guys doing? It's just like I can't.
and they
I can't
charge us
understand.
more.
Yeah,
They got
And
more
it's like,
money now to put towards it.
you know, and it's like I know if for anybody who's out there, go get something and do an Xbox record or what is it? What's the Xbox record
Record
that
that?
or X? Yeah. Go do one of those and then go try to watch it in your game DVR and let me know if you guys get an error message, because my last 6 or 7 ones where I've actually recorded, because I was recording them for the beta, it goes in there and says, sorry, you can't watch this. It's either been deleted or hasn't been published yet or something like that. But ones I did 2 days ago are just fine. And you don't have to publish them. I thought those things automatically went into your game DVR so you can go edit them and stuff like that, but you can't watch them in game DVR. So I don't know if it's a bug with their update or if it was just because it was a hardline beta, but I have other ones in the beta that work just fine. And then today in the party chat, you know, there's talking about the stability in the party chat and stuff. We were just playing Destiny and it was constantly saying people were leaving and coming back in when they were just there. They're always there. They weren't going anywhere. So it's just like, I don't know what in the world's going on, but then these spam messages, I just starting to kind of question what's the deal? Why is it falling off?
The interesting thing is, this all started from the very first time that they got hit late last year when all those
Right.
wonderful little hacker groups. The first time that happened, from that point on, the system I don't think they've had 100% stability on on the Xbox Live since. Either 360s had issues, or Xbox Ones had issues, or they've both had issues, or there's issues with apps not working.
Right.
From that date, nothing has been working 100%. I don't know how many times I'm trying to get into I'll try to join a party, or I send party invites out, and it says, due to network restrictions, you can't do a party right now.
Right.
You know, and people always want to, in Microsoft, to do the first thing. Well, have you checked your router and all this stuff? It is not on my side.
Yeah.
You know, because even earlier today, both Loki and I were having issues. So we quit that game. We went into Titanfall. And let me put it this way. We selected our data servers as Japan. Okay? As far away as we can get from us, right? And we were running, and of course, obviously you have a very high ping, you know, because and you get a really slow game. We were running buttery smooth in Titanfall, connected. But in Halo, it's just like chop, chop. It's like a slideshow. So it was neither one of our ISPs or, you know, nothing like that. It was an Xbox Live Halo related game issue.
Yeah.
You know, when I can go to another game and we can play multiplayer, and it's not a game that's even 20 years old, it's one that's a year old and it runs buttery smooth. Yeah, no, there's problems, and you know, I just, yeah, all the spams now started, and you know, connections are dropping. People are getting booted from games. You can't get on party chats, or some people. The other day, I was on party chat, but I couldn't see. It showed me in the party app I was by myself, but I'm talking with two other people, and on their end they can see everybody. And
Right.
then shortly later on, we're in a game. It kicks me out of the game, and it says you need to be connected to Xbox Live. But
Yeah,
I'm
my
still
buddy had
talking
that.
to the guys that are in the party.
Yeah. My buddy had that. He's like, I can't get into Destiny. It tells me I need to be on Xbox Live. And it's like, dude, we're talking on Xbox Live.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but like even when I went to my dashboard, it showed me logged out of Live, but I was
Yeah.
talking to people in my party. I'm like, I'm obviously still logged in.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And-
just weird, bizarre stuff that's going on, and the first year was not like this with Xbox One until they got whacked. So I still think that something's going on here. You know,
Yeah,
and PlayStation's had issues.
yeah.
They've been having ongoing issues as well. So I think there was more than just a DDoS going on. Sorry, DDoS.
Yeah, the one other thing is like I'll go into a party and like you know the orange circle that's there, like I'll go into a party and I won't see any orange circles, so I can't
Orange.
hear anybody. Nobody can talk. Or sorry, what
Green?
Did I say red, orange.
They're green. In
What?
in the party chat?
Oh well, sorry, mine are orange because my background are orange.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry,
I
my
was,
fault, my fault.
no. Okay, no,
The
that's right.
circles,
Yeah, the
you know what I'm
circle.
talking
Yep,
about.
yep.
Yeah, the circles aren't there. So then how do I fix that? I have to restart my Xbox, and then I can
Yeah.
connect to everybody, and it works just fine.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know. No, there's some issues going on, and you know when you're talking about Halo, they're still trying to push out that patch and get that fixed up. Like 343 really dropped the ball on that. I mean that's pretty bad. They're getting into EA, you know, Battlefield 4 time frame of issues because it's still not 100%. But all right, sorry.
Well, it's not like voicemails are causing a problem,
Yeah.
since that's a last gen technology, I guess. Can't do that next gen, you know.
on those 15,000 servers running Xbox Live, and now we have what 150,000, and we're
They
having
said
problems.
300. They said 300,000
300,000
servers, and it runs like garbage. It's like, oh, let's
Yeah.
go back to let's repurpose the ones from the 360 service.
Yeah.
They worked great. But we probably shouldn't say that because we're supposed to drink the Kool-Aid and you know, all is well with Microsoft, and we love it. We love it. We want more of it. Don't want people getting mad at us for daring to speak ill will towards the mothership. Right?
I love you, Microsoft.
We love
I
you.
love you, I love you, Xbox. So
Alright.
let's talk about Roundtable.
All right.
Actually, I've got a question.
Nope, we're in a round table.
I've
Too
heard,
bad.
I've heard this many times, but What exactly is buttery smooth? 'Cause you said it a couple of times. What is buttery smooth? I mean, is this because butter is it's
This is I can't
Google
quite
things.
explain that here, Rob. We are a family show.
Yes.
Are you like rubbing your fingers on the stick of butter? I mean,
Let's just move
I just don't
on.
understand that.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's talk a little
All
bit
right.
about Sony.
Anyway, I never finished that thing about the spam.
Oh, sorry.
Basically,
But wait,
they're
there's
aware of
more.
it. This whole last 10 minutes came from. So, Mark, you're familiar with spam,
Yeah.
and then that got us going. But anyway, to get back, they're aware of it, and they're working on it. Basically, they've said as a temporary fix, you can select friends only in your privacy settings to weed out the spam messages. And also, they say that when you get spam messages, you should report them immediately. They will improve the whole process next month. I imagine as part of whatever updates are going to be coming out. And there you have it. That is the news for this week.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Round table.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So, Mark, you actually sent this to us when you didn't know if you're going to be here or not, and said you guys should talk about this. And it's actually pretty cool to talk about. It's Sony Online Entertainment, SOE. Company made what, like PlanetSide 2, H1Z1, DC Universe Online. They are going the way of Bungie and are going independent. So if everybody recalls, Bungie was a Microsoft studio thing. They decided they made a deal out with Microsoft. They broke off, did their own thing, crapped all over Xbox fans with all the special DLC for PS.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, okay, sorry.
Not that we're gonna get it again. That's the exact one we got it for last time.
Hey, I love Bungie. I love Bungie. They are one of my favorites, but I think they made a mistake. Okay, so SEO is broken out. They've gone independent. They're with this. They're getting their name changed.
Would
Obviously.
you call it
What?
SEO?
SOE. Sorry. SOE.
That's the other thing.
Yes.
You're thinking work.
So we.
Yes. I'm thinking like searching online and getting
Yeah.
SEO. Yeah. So the name, I just forgot their name. Daybreak Games. Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah, Daybreak.
Yes, Daybreak Game Company. So that's what their new name's going to be. I believe they still have all the rights and stuff to all those games that they have. So I don't know if they'll porting those over to the Xbox One. But one of their big things, one of their John Smedley, I want to say. It's at J_Smedley on Twitter. He tweeted, "Can't wait to make Xbox One game." So that was one of his tweets. Now,
Is
it's
that
not just
barbed? Is that sarcasm? At
No,
all,
I
or
think
is
he's being
sarcasm.
serious.
Was it legit or?
It's
Yeah,
legit.
so
No,
they're gonna-
that's legit.
Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, they're going to continue to make PlayStation games. They're not leaving PlayStation behind. They're going to make Xbox games. That leaves them open to make mobile games and more. So they get to broaden and make, hopefully make more money that way. So it's probably a good thing. It's not that I don't think Sony like just ditched them and got rid of them. The way a couple articles I've read, it's like, oh, they sold them off, or they just like kind of flushed them or whatever. I'm like, they're not. They don't. I think it was more of a nice split type of thing, kind of how the Microsoft Bungie type of stuff.
Sony is in a lot of trouble financially. Not from the PlayStation side, but from everything else that they do.
Everything, yeah.
And this is just a business that they probably felt they just need to sell it off. It's
Right.
they owned it. They are spending a tremendous amount of money on it. They probably could stop some bleeding by selling this off, and another investment company came in and bought it. So, and of course they're independent, so they're going to, all right, we're not going to just develop for one platform. We're going to develop for everything we can, which makes sense, and that's good news for Xbox people.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
for
is.
sure.
It's good news for the company too. I mean, it's good that they can, continue to make games, and they just didn't get like left.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
good for
or
Sony too
they
because
didn't get closed down.
yeah, it's good for Sony or PlayStation fans who play these games because now they don't have to worry about Sony just closing the doors and saying none of
Right.
these games are going to be playable anymore. So this extends the life of those games on the Sony platform. So it is good news for gamers. Period.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. So I like that. And it kind of as far as roundtable. Do you? Oh, one thing I was going to say. I've said this before. PlayStation, the PlayStation division of Sony, they need to become their own company. They need to just become PlayStation, not Sony PlayStation, but they need to just become PlayStation. And Sony just needs to go away. So, I mean, they are keeping that entire company above water, and either one of two things are going to happen. Either they are going to split, or I think that company's going to drag them down with them. And that would be a horrible thing to do. So hopefully they can keep going. But so some of the questions I was going to have is when I saw this topic is like, are there any other first-party studios do you think that should split out and become independent, or
Naughty Dog.
do you, or do you think,
How about that for an E3 surprise at the end of the Xbox press briefing? Naughty Dog coming to Xbox One. Uncharted 4 is coming to Xbox One.
What do you
That is-
do you think? Yeah, do you think like? And my other question was like, do you think Microsoft and Sony should own their own studios?
Well,
Like-
Microsoft does.
Well, I know. I'm asking, do they think they should? Like, should all development studios be independent? If they want to make an exclusive game, let them make an exclusive game. But if they want to make games for other consoles, let them make them for other consoles. Let them make their own deals. Don't just tie them just to your, to your system. So, because, I know some people really think first-party exclusives are like console exclusives are like this big huge thing. Like, oh, these are what sell these consoles, and I don't find it to be that way anymore. I don't think it's, in my opinion, I don't find it.
I think I said that last week. I don't think that games necessarily sell consoles anymore. So, I mean, I would love if all these games were, all third party so that we could play God of War. Not that I would play God of War, but I know a lot of Xbox gamers would probably like God of War. I would like to play Uncharted on Xbox. I would love for the Uncharted series to come to Xbox. I know that a lot of Sony fans would love to see games like Titanfall. Titanfall is fantastic. Now they're losing Tomb Raider. There's a talk about Microsoft buying Square Enix, which means Final Fantasy would disappear and become an Xbox exclusive if that happened. That would be, heartbreaking to the Sony fanboys. And it's just not, I just wish these companies would kind of try to view it. I guess that's us. Gamers want companies to have the same viewpoint that we all have, which is we're all gamers. Give us the games and develop for multiple platforms. However, it is a business,
Right.
and they want you to buy their hardware. But I think that hardware has gotten to the point where, I think we're going to hit that stage with consoles that it's going to become a lot like a cell phone, where cell phones, used to have those things for a long time. Now they're disposable. I mean, these phones nowadays are pretty disposable. They're expensive, but you always get deals and everything is subsidized, and you can walk away most times hardly paying anything and get a brand new iPhone or a brand new Android phone or new Windows phone. And I think our consoles need to go that way because it's the services. Before, when they didn't have PlayStation Network, you didn't have Xbox Live, the only money you got was selling the hardware to profit and any licensing fees you could get from the games. But now you've got, and I think we can get away with that because you now have the services. A lot of people are paying for Xbox Live and PSN Plus. So there's a lot of money guaranteed to you already in your hands. Now you're selling stuff digitally. So you get all that profit. That money goes to you instead of the money going to GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Costco, whatever. Microsoft and Sony get that money now because they're the retailer. So they're making money there that they never did before. Plus they're getting their licensing fees for the game. So they're like double dipping on every game. So I don't think you need to invest all the money for the exclusives. However, I think we're going to see that because 360 really didn't have a whole ton of those, and PS3 did. They had a lot more exclusives. I think PS4 currently still has more exclusives if you look at the full list of what's been announced. But now you're starting to see with Phil Spencer in there, he's starting to nab some stuff up. He's going to start releasing some things like from Rare. We're expecting Battletoads to come out. We know Crackdown's coming back out. We got Tomb Raiders now an exclusive. We still have Gears of War. We don't know about Titanfall, but I think for the just that wishful thinking, I'd rather a Sony, a Nintendo, or a Microsoft gamer be able to play any game that comes out for a console on the console of their choice. That would be the perfect dream, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like I don't really care if Sony people get Halo. Like I don't, I'm going to play it on my Xbox. I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of people playing it there. I want to be able to play with my friends, and if people on, that decide to buy a PlayStation want to play it on their side, that's A-okay with me, as long as they're having fun. Because like you said, it's the hardware to me has to sell itself, not a game that's.
And I don't know about any of these games. I've never played any of these games. Have you guys played? Like PlanetSide 2 supposedly is kind of the big one in this group that this game, what is it, Daybreak Games has, or
Yeah,
SOE used to have.
is like really catching air. PlanetSide 2 is kind of fallen off lately, but it's just kind of one of those free to play or pay to win type of games. H1Z1's like $20, but it's like a DayZ, type of thing. DC Universe Online, I believe, is also free to play. It's that, obviously DC, fighter, superhero thing, type of game, kind of like an MMO. They're all pretty big games. I mean, a lot of people have played every one of them. So, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty big deal. I wouldn't mind seeing. I know H1Z1 is on the PC. I can't remember if it was supposed to make its way to the PlayStation, but it'd be cool to see it come over to the Xbox.
What is H1Z1? Is that a zombie game?
Yes. Yeah, it's like DayZ.
Another zombie game.
Yeah. Well, it's a DayZ meets Rust, or it's Dying Light. Think of it like Dying Light. You have your crafting systems. You go around, cut down trees, and make bow and arrows and stuff like that. But what I've seen of H1Z1 is you have like the Rust. I call it the Rust mentality because I bought Rust, and I jumped into Rust, and somebody came and killed me in like 2 seconds because they thought it was fun, and they had like a gun, and I was standing around in my underwear, because you start with nothing.
Nice.
And they just run up and kill you, and then you come back in and you get killed again. I was like, okay, so there's no room for a new player to come in, so I guess I'm done with this game. So I've seen people in H1Z1, you can pay real money to have an airdrop. So an airdrop comes in your game and you can run over, but if other people see your airdrop, they can come over and kill you and take all your stuff, and that's real life money that you paid for that.
Wow. No, thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't see myself. I would just be like, that's it. That's the last draw. So, but it is only $20 to play, to get it.
Yeah.
And Hawk says they have PvE servers, which is probably would be better to play. I've seen a lot of people with big groups and stuff play, like Chalk One from Battlefield Podcast. He plays it a lot, so. But
All right.
New company, independent.
Good stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of it.
Yep.
So, alrighty. So,
Wake up, Rob.
yeah,
Wake up, Rob.
You know, with that whole Sony thing, I don't know if this is totally applicable since I think it might be a different division of Sony. I'd like to see Parappa the Rapper on Xbox.
Oh my.
she whiz.
Oh my gosh.
I used to love that game back on my PS1. Loved it.
I thought they remade that. I thought
There's a
they
couple
remade it and brought it
versions.
back out or something like that. Okay. Funny.
I think it was out. Let's see here. It was out on the PSP.
Okay.
There's a couple versions of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Rob's
All right.
game of the year. Most anticipated game.
Yeah.
Since we got a minute, and we got anything else on this SOE thing?
No.
So, I was listening. I was listening to Podcast Unlocked, and they were doing this last year. This last week they did their 2015 predictions, and just kind of got me thinking about what I want to see at E3. And I was curious, what is it? Do you guys have any hopes for E3 or this year of what you'd like to see announced?
Yep.
What do
I
you
do.
got, Brun?
I've said on the show before, but I want them to start bringing in the things that they were going to put into the Xbox before they had to rip them out because everybody was all, being
Whiny.
whiny about it. A couple weeks ago or last week I said I want to see the family sharing, not just one console to the other thing that's going on now. I want to see true sharing. Like you're saying you don't like Dying Light, I would love to play it. Can I borrow your Dying Light? Sure, Brian,
Sure.
you can borrow my Dying Light. Okay, I'm gonna go into my room right now and play it. So, but yeah, I want to see some stuff like that. That's the big thing I would like to see. Any Rob? You guys have something?
I second what you just said. I'd also like to hear them talking about a release for Shadow Complex 2.
Oh, gee.
Oh, that would be awesome too.
I haven't talked about
So-
that game in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I want to see more new stuff coming to the Xbox One. We're getting a slow trickle. We're getting new features every month, which is very cool. I think it's something that we're not used to. Well, we're getting used to it because remember before, there would be a dashboard update once every couple of years, and it was a huge deal. Now we have new features every single month, and that's awesome. I really like the fact that they're able to change things and supposedly listen to us. I don't know if it's just marketing spin or whatnot, but you do get some feeling that they are listening to everybody, which is cool. But yeah, just some more new cool games that are different than anything before. Is we see a lot of first-person shooter games, like all of the Call of Duties and all those. They're so samey. It's just more of the same. Let's just see something new and interesting that we haven't seen before. I don't know. Maybe Quantum Break is like that.
Yeah, would like to actually be able to play
knows?
that game.
Yeah, and it's due out this year, isn't it? Sometime.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's one of those that keeps
But-
seeming to get pushed back. So
But
I still
I
want
would
to see
rather
the Division.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
rather have him push it back and have it be a solid game than buggy as all. get
Well,
out
true.
early on.
But at one point, you do need to put the game out.
Yeah.
So
What's
I hope
this?
they give us a release date, a real release date at E3 for that game. And yes, the Division. Man, I so badly want the Division. But
Same here.
my concern is the last couple games I bought that I was so excited for and thought were going to be great, I hated. So now I'm like, I'm a
Well-
little. I mean, I was even telling Loki today, it's like, I don't think I want to buy any more games. Right now I'm
Yeah.
playing a game that came out when the console launched or right thereafter, and I'm loving it. I don't want to play anything else. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
my thing, with if you take Destiny for instance, it's a first-person shooter MMO, and I think the Division almost takes that one step further and said it a couple shows ago, where I think the gameplay and the game type of what the Division is going to be could turn out to be like the next big thing, as long as it's done right. You know, if they're taking the lead on this, it could be a make it or break it type of scenario. But you know, massive, you know, multiplayer, progression and saving where this world that you're in is maybe a world of your own that can be changed. I think it's going to be really cool. But that's like my most anticipated game of the year. And of course, Halo 5. I want to see more Halo 5. And also in E3, I'd like to see more on Crackdown 3. I would love for them to announce it like for early 2016. Like this time frame, February, March.
Yeah.
You know, it's usually a time where there's a little bit slow. I think that'd be a perfect time for Crackdown. So
it was interesting too, and I hate that I can't even think of it now, but when I was listening to that, there was something they brought up, and I was like, oh my goodness, that would be awesome, and I now for the life of me cannot recall what it was, but yeah, I might have to re-listen to the show this week and maybe post in our Facebook group and what it was, because there was just something that they mentioned that I'm like, that would be the best thing ever. But yeah, Crackdown 3 for me, I want more on that. Quantum Break. I would love to see. Now, I'm kind of tired of the remakes. However, and let me ask you guys this. They come out and announce that they're going to do, or not a Halo, Gears of War 1 through 3 remake for the Xbox One. Would you guys be on board with buying that for $60 to get all 3 Gears games again on Xbox One and replay them?
all 3 or all 4?
I don't even count that last one. That was done by a different developer. It doesn't count. The game, in my opinion, was Judgment was not very good, in my opinion. So,
if it's in preparation, like the Master Chief Collection's in preparation for like Halo 5, I could see myself possibly getting it. I'm not I did, like I said, I wasn't getting the Halo Master Chief Collection right away. I did said I would get it, and I did. I think it was on sale or something. But this one here is like maybe a little less interested than before. So I'm not exactly sure. But I agree on the whole remake. We went over the stuff for remaking. I won't say what. I'll type in the chat what some of the guys on IGN were actually calling the remakes. So.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not much of a fan of them either. But I think Gears, I think that's one I'd plunk down the money and rerun through all the campaigns. It was just fun, and I've been away from them long enough. I think it would be fun to go back and play them. But the thing is, too, it's like even when I was talking with Loki today, we were trying to play Halo, too. It's just like there's so many things that have changed that we've gotten so accustomed to with our games that when you go back and play something like Halo 2 and it's like you don't know where to go because there's no waypoints, we've gotten so used to the HUD telling you where to go or which direction or things in the environment to kind of guide you through of where you're supposed to go to keep continuing, and those weren't there in the old game. So when you go back, it's really sometimes kind of harder to play those games because we've gotten so used to being spoon-fed or just having things changed, and it's interesting to go back. So I don't know. It might be a weird experience even for Gears of War to go back and replay the original. But that'd be cool to see them. I think I'd still be down for that, and I think it would be well received. But
I think Mass Effect trilogy would be more well received. But I'm sure they're going to do it. I just like what game was it that they remastered? They remastered and put it out there, and they just released a remaster of the remaster.
Yeah. Oh, was it the Nintendo
Evil?
game? Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah. So they just remastered the remake of the first Resident Evil or something like that, and I'm just like, really? You guys just did that? And it's.
And they'll do it again too.
Yeah, and both companies are doing it, don't get me wrong. I think PlayStation seems to be doing a little bit more because they've had a lot of delays in the games that should have been out. So they're just trying to pump out some content. But yeah, I think it's going a little too far. It's, you know, build in backwards compatibility next time.
Well, then
You're
they
just
can't
gonna
resell the
release-
game again to you for
Yeah.
$60.
If you're just going to resell the games out there, but just let them play what we've already bought.
So, alrighty. Well, I guess we could go ahead and jump into the community.
Yep.
If you guys are ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Take it away, Rob.
Sure. All right. Make sure to check out our Facebook group. It's This Xbox Life on Facebook. It is a closed group so that anything you post in there will not show up to all of your friends that will judge you for playing video games. And also, you can contact us through email at contact@thisxboxlife.com. This Xbox Life is on Twitter. The address for that is twitter.com/this Xbox Life, or I guess it's at this Xbox Life if you want to follow us on Twitter. And we also have a voicemail system that seems to work the majority of the time now. All of a sudden, just go to thisxboxlife.com, and then on the right hand side of the page is a little widget for recording a message to us, and then we'll play it on the show. And then we did get a message from CatFlap1970 where he pointed out that there's an issue with the voicemail system that looks like it started sometime recently. It's some kind of issue with the provider where it will not show up, that widget will not show up on mobile devices for some reason. In order to get it to show on mobile devices, request the desktop page through the browser. The majority of the browsers can do that, at least the ones that I've tried on Android. So like a Firefox, Chrome, or whatever on Android, just go into settings, view desktop page, however you get that, and then it'll pop up with that widget in place. So as soon as this can get fixed, it will be fixed, but temporarily, if it doesn't show up on a mobile device of some sort, do it on a desktop or request the mobile or desktop page on your mobile device. Then when do you guys want to take the next message?
Sure, I will.
Yeah.
This one's from Hunter Clark. For everybody out there, if you remember Wing last week talking about if you're trying to join our Facebook group and
Yeah.
you only have one friend, please email us and let us know you are a real person. So it
Exactly.
was 2 days ago, Mr. Hunter Clark said, "Hey guys, I'm the one trying to join your group. I am a real person." So we got him in there, and which was pretty funny because Mark put in, he's like, "Hey, welcome Hunter Clark to the group," and my comment was like, "Yeah, what took you so long to join?"
Yeah.
So he a couple emails to get him in the group, and his final email was, "You guys are rock stars. Thanks for going through all the trouble and finally helping me get in. To show my appreciation, here is a $5 code, or a code for $5. One of you guys can snag it, or you can give it away somehow. Thanks again for being such generous with your time." So Hunter Clark just got in the Facebook group. He is a fan of the show, and he has a code. So everybody, are you ready?
I already
ready.
used it. Yeah, I already cashed it in. Thanks, Hunter. That was
okay,
awesome.
never mind, guys. Sorry, we can't give away. No. So 29 N XP QCV. Oops, sorry. QC3VG 6GBWH JPT6X 4JPH8. So there's a $5 code, and so whoever gets it, let us know. Make sure you get out to the Facebook group. Thank Mr. Hunter Clark. And we have to get. Do you guys know his gamer tag?
I do
I
not.
I've just seen your Hunter. I have only seen your real name. Please let us know what your what your Xbox Live gamer tag is. friend us, add me as whatever. I'll see it. I'll friend you back.
I just thought it was funny. I'm gonna throw Rob under the bus. So once he replies, I think Rob, you accepted him into the group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rob sends me a message. Watch, now this guy's gonna spam us.
Yeah.
And instead he sends us a giveaway code.
No.
I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I was saying that in jest.
no, I know. Yeah, and hopefully Hunter knows that. Yeah, I mean, and it's like we said before, we just get so many requests to be in, and typically, if you're building a site or you're creating an account just to be in the part of the group, and that's one of the things about Facebook. A lot of people don't want everybody else to get all their personal information and see what's going on. So, several people will be like, I'm going to create an account just so I can be, in with the TXL community, and that's fine. But when you do that, then you look like a lot of these spam accounts. So that's why we ignore it.
There's
So
many of them.
yes, and we get a lot. So that one, we kept seeing the same one pop back up. That's why I'm like, I got to ask this on the show. Because usually the spam ones won't keep repeating. So, at least not yet. But
Oh, yeah.
thank you, Hunter, for dealing with us and understanding why we kept rejecting you. It wasn't
And
personal.
thanks for being persistent also.
Yeah, we're glad to have you as part of the group. So,
Yeah.
So, and for everybody, I was looking earlier trying to figure out matching names with gamer tags. We do have those files in there where you can submit and view everybody's gamer tag. So if your guy's not on there and you want to add yourself on there, please do so, because it helps out.
all right.
Gears of War 15 says, "Can I have some Xbox Gold?"
I want
Xbox
some
Live
gold.
Gold. I don't have anything right now. I don't know when our next giveaway will be. If we give away anything, when we're going to give away some stuff next. But for this $5 code, it's still out there. I don't see anybody saying they got it yet. So
All right.
waiting.
All right.
Retail releases.
Let's see what's coming out next week.
Xbox 360 doesn't look like we have anything this coming week.
Wah,
Xbox
wah,
One
wah.
got two things. We've got Evolve finally coming out.
Never
on
heard of it.
Xbox One. And The Escapists on February 13th,
Yeah, that's
which
what.
is Friday. That's a weird release date.
Yeah, that's why I put February 13th. I was going to put a question mark because I wasn't exactly sure, but that's what the site said that had the
Okay.
Xbox One.
Yeah, that's one of those games that was on Steam for quite some time.
Mhm.
It got ported over to Xbox One.
Gotcha.
A lot of people like it.
Yeah.
And then make sure to check out our affiliate link when you're checking out at at Amazon.com. Make sure to use the affiliate link before you make any of your purchases on Amazon so you can support the show. And does not cost you anything extra. In order to do that, I just pay the same price that you would normally. Just a little portion of the purchase goes to the show, kind of like as a thanks from Amazon for sending you their way. And to do that, just go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. It'll take you to Amazon.com. I believe it'll direct you to the Xbox One page. From there, you can search for anything you want. You do not have to buy the Xbox One unless you really want to, then you can. Or you can also go to thisxboxlife.com and then click on the Amazon link on the top right of the page. That is all.
Alrighty. Well, I think that wraps it up then for the week. So please rate us 5 stars on iTunes and all that other stuff. So with that, do you guys have anything else?
No, sir.
Code
All
has
right.
been used.
All right. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys, for listening. I'm Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.
This is Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch y'all next week.
And I'm Brun BJ's 33. Have a good one.